Hello, welcome to the Great School Shakeup. I am Michelle Bowen and I'm so excited that you're here. I'll be very brief, a little bit about me. We started a family a while ago. No, we started a school 5 years ago for our 6 children, and our oldest was a junior in high school at the time. And then we had, I think our baby was 2 or 3 years old. So we started this school after realizing that what we had always thought was true about education actually wasn't real education at all. It was a mediocre substitute for the lessons that we felt were of the utmost importance for our children to learn. And when we started homeschooling, before we started the school, we didn't even realize that that is what was happening. But as we dug deep and I researched and read everything I could, I came to realize that the lessons I wanted my children to know deep in their heart and their soul were not being taught at school and not being practiced at school, not by anyone's fault. It's just not the way the system's designed. So when we found Acton Academy about 5 years into our homeschooling journey, it sung to our souls, and we realized that this is exactly the education we wanted for our children. That's led me now to today, and so much of my work is talking with parents, especially parents who are deeply concerned about their child's school experience. They know it's important. They spend so much time there every day, but they are just not sure what needs to happen, what questions to ask, and where to go for help. And through our family's journey, I feel like we've been blessed and fortunate to basically have all the answers. That doesn't mean that it's easy, because most of the answers are not easy answers. They're hard and they require some change in our mindsets and heart sets and even the way that we work together in a family, as a family. But today we're here to kind of set a foundation and to share with you the most common mistake that schools make when it comes to learning. And this tool will be one that you'll also want to use in your family. And so I say schools, but really what I mean is every learning environment should start with this principle in mind, and it changes the whole game and everything else. Some of you might be familiar with it. It is called the hero's journey. So yes, this is maybe what you've learned about or studied about in your literature classes. This pattern called, I'll show you that in a minute, called the hero's journey, is the way all the greatest stories are told. Every blockbuster movie, every classic book and tale follows this pattern of a hero that embarks on a journey and goes through hard times and meets a mentor and comes out victorious on top. Victorious, having learned lessons and grown in some significant way. The reason that this concept is so prevalent in all entertainment is because it resonates deep with every human spirit. We all get this, the conflict, the victory, it just works. And there's lots and lots of research done on this, but Acton is the first school that I found that made it a core principle to identify the children, actually not just the children, but everyone in the world as a hero on a journey. And so we're gonna walk through this today, but keep in mind this idea that when you start to see life, either as a child or as an adult, through the lens that you're a hero living out a story, a lot of things change. So think about what the change this could bring about as we talk through this. It's a very simple concept. You will recognize it, and I'll also share a cool video, a short video that walks through some examples of how the hero's journey is used in movies. So think of yourself as a hero. Imagine this. You are wondering what to do about education for your family. You look around and see mediocrity and meaningless learning, and you are not sure what to do about it. Well, guess what? It's probably not hard to imagine, because that's what brought you here. And by taking that step, you are a hero embarking on a journey. So we start here with our hero in the ordinary world. The ordinary world in this scenario is someone who just says, I don't really like what's going on, but I don't know what to do about it. Or complains about it and doesn't look for answers, doesn't take a step towards change. That's the ordinary world. Nothing exciting happens in the ordinary world. But when you hear a call to adventure, you answer as the hero. Or you don't, and then you stay in the ordinary world until you hear a call to adventure that you answer. So our hero is in the ordinary world. You hear a call to adventure. Join this Facebook group. We're going to talk about how we radically revolutionize education and how doing so can change your life. Da-da-da! You answer the call to adventure. Here we are. Now, in all stories, and there are some variations on this, but this is the basic pattern. This is the one that we use in our youngest studio, the Discovery Studio. So even the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-year-olds are learning this pattern. There then is when you meet a mentor. So it feels awkward for me to call myself your mentor. I hope to be a guide as you explore school options, as you explore new ways of looking at learning for your family. And I do hope to be your mentor. It just feels a little bit, here I am, Yoda. No, I am not Yoda, but I am a learner and I've learned a lot, and I am committed and excited to share what I've learned with you, because this mentor cries because of what it's done for my family and many families that we've gotten the privilege of working with. It is our calling and our mission right now to share this with as many people as possible. And we believe it truly, truly impacts the world, how our children learn, and the very foundations that learning is based on, which brings us back to this. So I hope to be your mentor, and I'm actually the best at curating the very best resources and sharing them with people. That's actually what I'm better at than being the expert myself. And we have the best resources in the whole world that we share with parents. So at the very least, I can point you to a mentor to help you with whatever challenges that you face along the way. So after we meet our mentor, we find other allies and helpers. And this is why I know you guys can't see that, so I'll post it. It's mostly to help me. So here we are, there's a call. Can you see that? Lovely handwriting. A mentor. And here we have friends and allies and helpers. And this is where the group comes in. Anytime you're on an adventure, you don't exactly know where you're going. You have an idea because something called to you and you're like, actually, I think if I take that step, I'll be in for something better than what I've got going on now in my ordinary world. But it's a brave step to take. It's an adventure because we don't exactly know the end. And so the purpose of bringing this group together is to connect you with other allies and helpers, people who have been on the same path or are on the same path. And then when new people join, you've been on this path and you can also help them, and we can all help each other. No great change is made in this world without a community of people seeing a vision and taking a step of faith and working together to make it happen. So we have allies, helpers, and friends. Here is where it gets hard, down here at the bottom. This is the road of trials. So you get some wisdom along the way, you meet some friends, and we cheer each other on, and then the hard comes. Typically, in our Acton school journey, the road of trials comes after a family joins the school, and it gets hard about January or February, because the ups and excitement of the newness and the way we do school has kind of peaked and is coming down, and some of the challenge of coming back after Christmas break, it's less exciting because it's not as new, and the challenge of just keeping going is really hard, not just for our heroes, for our parents. So for you that may not join the school or may join the school, the road of trials is that challenge moment when your values are challenged, your mindset is challenged. It could be a physical ailment or sickness. There is something hard that happens. And there is no great story without something hard that happens. We all know that. The power in the road of trials moment is when And this is why this is one of the most common mistakes of any learning environment. We don't really offer the acknowledgement and honor that the road of trials gives us. The road of trials is there to test the skills that we've gained or to help us gain them. And when we frame learning and life as just a part of the hero's journey, when those trials and hard things come, it isn't crushing because we know we just need to gain more skills to get through it. That's all it is. It's just part of the journey. And every hero has to hit the road of trials. Every hero has to have a trial, or else they're not able to prove to themselves and to the world that they are a hero that overcomes. So the road of trials, even though it sounds like drudgery and feels like the place you do not want to travel, heroes want to travel to the road of trials, and it's framed in their mind as a test, as a challenge to be overcome, instead of this opposite idea of, oh, I'm just not smart, or oh, this is just too hard. Because that just takes us back to the ordinary world, and no one wants to stay there. So this mindset being a foundation for any type of learning environment, including your home, is beyond powerful. It tells us why we have to have the road of trials. And then following that, at least in the storybook framework, is a final showdown where you really get to showcase this new skill that you've picked up along the way and come out victorious. And if you think about it, we always come out victorious until we're dead. And in another way, that's a whole nother victory and journey in itself. But this is just the pattern of life. You could go through a hero's journey in an hour. It could be a whole day, a whole week. Some of our hero's journey take a month. Motherhood, the hero's journey of motherhood, you'll cycle many, many times, but you can kind of see the story unfold, and then ta-da, at the end of it, a whole new journey starts. So just keep in mind, it doesn't have to be a day or a week. It can be a small moment where you go through this whole cycle, sometimes just internally. Then we have this interesting part called the long return home. So in the storybook world, you think about this as Dorothy. She finally gets her ruby slippers, clicks them together, and after the final showdown and beats the witch, she realizes she had the power all along, and she returns home. Harry Potter returns home to the grouchy people. I don't remember their name right now. He goes home and realizes this actually isn't home. That's part of the new knowledge that he's gained. That's the next part, is after having been in the ordinary world and then accepted the call to adventure, you have special knowledge. And on this version, it says you're the master of two worlds. Now you have knowledge of where you came from. Before, the knowledge you picked up on your journey, and you take that with you everywhere you go. It's now a part of you, and you're able to give back to the world. And that's kind of coupled with this next part, is the special knowledge that you have. And my favorite, not all heroes' journeys do this, but can you see, I know it's probably hard to see, but this you should be able to see. This spiral, some heroes' journeys are a circle, and you start again. This one is a spiral, because we believe every time you come back around having that new knowledge, you return home changed. So you're not actually on the same trajectory, you're a level above that because you've learned and you've grown and you've been tested and tried in your knowledge and in your new skills. You've got new friends, you've got allies, you've got mentors, and now you're able to be a mentor to someone else. You'll continue on your own journey, but you'll also be able to serve someone else. So, very brief, messy overview of the hero's journey. My challenge to you is to watch the video that I will include so you can kind of see the hero's journey, how it plays in stories, and then look at your own life, look at your day today, and see, how did this play out in my day today? How about this week? And then we're gonna put a little bonus question in the group for you about your hero's journey, and I'll just put it in there. But answer that question. We're gonna have, I'd say giveaways, but like we have so many tools to share that we put together through the school for families, and like the very best books, not just on parenting, but on mindset and on living your own journey and fulfilling your calling. So we're going to be sharing a lot of that, and we just would love your comments and participation. That's going to make the difference for your own learning and for other people. So call out, shout out to please be active in this group. We're going to give you good content, but really what will help you learn is taking a moment to answer the questions we offer you, and then being brave and vulnerable and sharing your experiences. And that will be the most powerful thing, is to share what you think and what you know, and especially what you don't know, because that in and of itself is a call to adventure. I don't know about this. I'm not sure about this. I'm curious about this. And then you're actually taking a step. So there are no experts in this group. We're all here to learn together and to share what we know and to change the world, which we believe is entirely possible when we work together and share together. So I'll just close with this little thought. A hero at Acton Academy is someone who gets up every time they fall down. And perhaps the crowning idea of the hero's journey is that if you model this and help your children understand that you are a hero, if you get back up when things are hard and you pick up new skills and new knowledge with the intention to go and better the world and help someone, that actually is all a hero is. That's this whole journey. And knowing that one thing will truly, truly change the way we see ourselves, the way our children look at themselves, and they'll have the confidence to conquer things and to not shrink when things get hard. So we say that everyone who enters our door, we believe is a genius who deserves to find their calling and change the world. And we've seen it happen. We see it daily happen as children and adults are fueled with the belief that they can do anything, they can conquer anything, as long as we just commit to getting back up and gaining new skills, putting tools in our tool belt. That's all for me. Welcome to the group. Thank you for being active, and be sure to watch the video, but even more important, answer the question that we'll post with this video.